Easter campers, hello from me. It's very windy in here and I hope you hear me. As we hear about how to pray these last 2 days, we might all have two main questions in our minds. The first question is, how do I pray for the kingdom of God to come like Jesus does? And how do I pray this prayer and put it above my daily desires and needs? How do I desire the kingdom of God to come more than my daily desires to be met? The second question is, does God hear my prayers or do they vanish away? Are they lost? Does He forget about them? To answer these questions, let us read one by one all the prayers that people like us raised to God in the Bible. Let's read the prayer of Anna. It is not by strength that one prevails. Those who oppose the Lord will be broken. The Most High will thunder from heaven. The Lord will judge the ends of the earth. Jonah. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to you, to your holy temple. The prayer of Jabez. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain. If you wonder whether you are able to pray and desire the kingdom of God more than your daily needs, read carefully these prayers and you will notice that these people actually pray for the kingdom of God to come. It may seem like they are praying for pain, for daily pain, for their enemies, that they cause evil things in their lives. But what they really pray about is for the kingdom of God to come. Because when the kingdom of God will come on the earth, there will be no pain. And all of our prayers about pain and people that we have lost and people that do not like us maybe will be answered. Because the kingdom that Jesus will bring will have no pain and no death. So when you pray to God about daily things like pain, like anxiety, like the peace that you desire to come on the earth, think that you actually praying for the kingdom of God to come. Let's think now about our second question. Does God hear our prayers? Let's read together two more prayers found in the Bible. The prayer of David in the Psalms. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I take counsel in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all the day? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. And then the prayers of the saints in the book of Revelation. They call out in a loud voice and they say, how long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood? So David and the saints are asking, they have the same question. Does God hear their prayers? And if yes, how long until He answers their prayers? Why He does not answer their prayers? Why it seems like He does not answer their prayers? But then we read chapter 8 from Revelation, and what we see is something very interesting. Is that God has taken all of these prayers, the prayers of David, the prayers of Anna, the prayers of Jesus, prayers of Jonah, prayers of Jabez, the prayers of the saints, the prayers of you, and my prayers, the prayers that people did long ago, and the prayers that people will do tomorrow. And what He does is something very interesting. God takes all these prayers over the years and over the ages, and He puts them in His temple. where nothing unclean can enter. So God does not consider our prayers to be unclean, not at all, because He allowed them to come into His holy temple like Jonah prays. And he says, my prayer comes in your temple. And He puts these prayers into golden bowls. You heard very well. God puts all of your prayers in golden bowls, even the ones that you have forgotten about. He hasn't forgotten of your prayers. He has put all of your prayers into golden bowls. And you know what He wants to do with them? In chapter 8, we read that God finally reads all of these prayers that He has been saving into these bowls, into His temple. And then silence. Heaven and earth. Silence all over them. Even the angels stop speaking. So God can hear the prayers of all of these people. And then God commands an angel to take all of your prayers and my prayers and pour them on the altar. And as the prayers are poured on the altar, the end comes. So God uses our prayers, and that's the reason why He saves them into His temple, into golden bowls, in order to answer them and use them to bring an end to death and your pain and all of the things that you have prayed for, and bring a new beginning on the earth, where no death and no pain and no tears and no anxiety will be here anymore. Keep these thoughts with you and pray. And from now on, think that God does not really forget your prayers, but more than that, He saves them into golden bowls. And with this new thoughts in our minds, let us pray from now on. Goodbye from me.